Hello students, good morning. Most welcome here in the school just after summer holiday. Now from today we will continue our classes regularly day by day. See here today I will teach you English prose for all the sections of class 12th, Hindi medium as well as for English medium. Here you will see lesson number 2, A Fellow Traveler by A.G. Gardiner. The author A.G. Gardiner is the author of A Fellow Traveler. Dear students, before going to start the chapter, we have to see the word meanings, which is equally important for our explanation. If we have a lot of word vocabulary, we can explain the paragraph well. So, first of all, we see word meaning. Here, indeed means really, stopping train, a local passenger train. Tolerably means enough, alighted means got down, liberty means freedom, hindrance means check, to stop. Here provoking, exciting, protest means objection, cushions means seats, Dora, this is the short form of Defence of Rearing Act in force in London. That is Act of London. We can say Dora. Spirit, feeling. Strayed means spread. Reverences, memory. Lingered, stayed. Nippy means sharp. Interpret means bold. Vaguely means not closed clearly. Flick means stroked or imprint means rudely. Magnanimity means generosity. Resent, feels angry. Lethal, deadly. Now let us see the text, how we explain the paragraph in a similar way. First of all, I would like to give you the summary or sort of the story, sort of the chapter of Fellow Traveler. Here in this chapter, dear students, you will see author is traveling by train and he feels very happy because in the end of his journey he was alone inside the compartment of the train. But ultimately, there is an insect, a mosquito, disturb him. It creates him a lot of difficulty. Well, as he thought there is no problem, but just after the mosquito, just after coming mosquito, he has realized a much very disturbed. So see through the chapter. So this is second chapter here, A Fellow Traveler. Now paragraph number first. Open your book, lesson number 2 of Fellow Traveler. First paragraph here. I do not know which of us got into the carriage first. Indeed, I did not know he was in the carriage at all for some time. It was the last train from London to a Midland town, a stopping train, an infinitely leisurely train, one of those trains which give you an understanding of eternity. It was tolerably full when it started, but as we stopped at suburban stations, the traveller alighted in ones and twos, and by the time we had left the outer ring of London behind, I was alone, or rather, I thought I was alone. Here in the first paragraph, Arthur A.G. Gardiner describes about his journey, how he was journeying by train. So see, I do not know which of us got into the carriage first. Arthur says that he doesn't know who entered the compartment of the train first, either he or his fellow traveler. Here I would like to suggest you the fellow traveler. It was a small mosquito. Indeed, I did not know he was in the carriage at all for some times. So once again, he tells us about the mosquito. Perhaps, as he thought, perhaps it was all the time in the compartment of the train. It was the last train from London to a Midland town. Now the author is telling us about the train. It was the last train which started from London to a Midland town. It was a stopping train. It means to say that it was a passenger train that stopped almost every stations. An infinitely leisurely train means it is just a passenger train that stops every stations. One of those trains which give you an understanding of eternity, that always gives you the pleasure. It was tolerably full when it started. So author tells us when the train started, there were so many passengers, means it was completely full of the passengers. But as we start from the suburban stations, means the stations, in each and every stations, the passengers got down from the compartment ones and twos. The travelers alighted in ones and twos. And by the time we had left the outer ring of London, and at the end, when author says, when he reached at the end of the station, London, behind I was alone, or rather I thought I was alone, as he was thinking that he was alone, although there was his fellow traveler all the time in the compartment. So dear students, देखिए इस पैराग्राफ के अंतर्गत लेखक अपने सहयात्री के बारे में वर्णन कर रहा है। हम आपको बता दें कि सहयात्री एक मॉस्किटो यानी मच्छर के रूप में है। पूरे लेसन के दौरान A.G. गार्डिनर को उस मच्छर से काफ़ी प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं, वह इसमें वो बता रहे हैं। ये कहते हैं कि आई डू नॉट नो विच ऑफ अस गॉट इनटू द कैरेज फर्स्ट। हमें शायद पता नहीं कि हम में से कौन इस डिब्बे में पहले चढ़ा। इंडीड आई डिड नॉट नो ही वॉज इन द कैरेज एट ऑल फॉर द टाइम। मैं यह भी नहीं जानता कि शायद वह पहले से ही वहाँ उस डिब्बे में मौजूद था। इट वॉज द लास्ट ट्रेन फ्रॉम लंदन टू अ मिडलैंड टाउन। यह लंदन से चल करके मिडलैंड टाउन तक जाने वाला अंतिम ट्रेन था। अ स्टॉपिंग ट्रेन, जो कि रुक रुक करके चलने वाला ट्रेन है, इन्फिनिटली लेजरली ट्रेन। ऐसा लगता था जैसे बिल्कुल इस ट्रेन में आदमी आराम से समय निकाल सकता है। वन ऑफ दोज ट्रेन विच गिव यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ लंडन, वह ट्रेन जो आपको हमेशा आपको आत्मिक शांति प्रदान करे। इट वॉज टॉलेबली फुल व्हेन इट स्टार्टेड। जब ट्रेन चला तो पूरी तरह से भरा हुआ था पैसेंजर से, लेकिन जैसे जैसे सबअर्बन स्टेशन पर, छोटे छोटे स्टेशन पर रुकता गया, जो ट्रैवलर्स थे एक या दो दो करके उतरते गए और अंत में चल करके लास्ट स्टेशन तक पहुंचते पहुंचते यह बिल्कुल लेखक सोच रहे हैं कि मैं अकेला रह गया। लेकिन लेखक केवल ऐसा सोचते हैं, लेकिन ऐसा है नहीं। देयर वॉज वन मोर पैसेंजर्स लाइक फेलो ट्रैवलर। So let us see the second paragraph of this chapter. There is a pleasant sense of freedom about being alone in a carriage that is jolting noisily through the night. So author tells us about the journey, how he was traveling through the train. He feels very freedom. He feels a sense of freedom. Why? Because he was thinking that he was alone in the compartment. It is liberty and unrestrained in agreeable form. He thinks that it is completely gives us freedom. There is no any obstacles of strain. You can do anything you like. So he is telling us that anybody can do anything in the compartment of the train because there was none inside the compartment. You can talk to yourself as loud as you please. Now this is little comic scene here, as the author tells us. Anybody can speak loudly without any objection, and no one will hear you. It means to say that no one will hear what you are speaking. You can have the argument with Jones and roll him triumphantly in the dust without fear of counterstroke. So here he says that anybody can do anything in the compartment. You can do anything, just like you can beat a person only in imagination, in his imagination. You can stand on your head and no one will shoot you see. So here you can stand on your head and there is no to see. You can sing or dance a step or two. You can sing, you can dance, whatever you think you can do. Or practice a golf stroke because there is no anybody inside the compartment. Or play marble on the floor without lip or hindrance. Without any objection, you can play marbles. You can open the window or shut it both without provoking a protest. You can open the window of the compartment or you can shut the compartment of the you can open or shut the window of the compartment. You can open both windows and shut both. Indeed, you can go on opening them and shutting them a sort of festival of freedom. It means to say that it is just like the festival of freedom. You can do anything. You can have a corner you choose and try all of you them in turn. So you can go and take your seat, you can sit and rest, you can stand up and go in another seat. So this is depend on you what you do. You can lie a full strength on the cushions and enjoy the luxury of breaking the regulation and possibly the heart of Dora itself. You can sleep. You can sleep in the train. You can enjoy. You can do anything. You can here. Author says that you can break the rule and regulation of the DORA. D-O-R-A. DORA means Defence Realm Act of London. That is very strong act. So you can step, you can break the rule and regulation of DORA. Only DORA will not know that her heart is broken. It means to say that nobody will see, nobody will object you. You have escaped even DORA. You can escape yourself. You can save yourself from the act of the London itself. So dear students, I will teach you the next paragraph next day. Thank you.